So today was one of those days where I wasn't even going to come out. I've been having a lot of them recently, but it's middle of the day. One of those days was temperature's quite cool. It's around about 10 degrees, 13 degrees, something like that. So a lot cooler than it's been. Kind of conditions I like. A lot of rain showers in the air every now and again, every few minutes, every 5 minutes or so we get a little bit of a downpour. It lasts about 30 seconds and then it's gone. It's actually the tail end of what was once Hurricane Ida, which has now passed through the area and gone. Luckily we didn't get the devastation that they got south of the border. So when I headed out, it was actually just going to be a practice session. Practicing for fall pretty much, looking for compositions, stuff like that. And I came down to the local park. It's been my kind of go-to location lately. The park's actually quite busy. There's even a wedding back there, which is kind of unusual for this park, I guess. But anyway, as I walk through the park, I'm coming up through one of the trails here, spotted a couple of fungi, really vibrant red coloured, almost glowing in the dark, orangey red fungi. And I stuck the 55-200 on and took an image. Looked across the trail on the other side and there's a giant sort of mushroom type fungi, and I took a picture of that again with a 55-200, f11 and f16, same as the previous shot. And as I'm walking up through here, I'm just going to spin the camera around. I see another one of the orangey red fungi. So I'm not going to get this one because I've already got one, but it just shows you when you open your eyes what you can find walking through the trail. I thought by now the fungi would all be gone because the weather is starting to get a bit cooler, but there you go. And then just a few steps further up, my tripod's right here, watch I don't trip on it. Where was it? Only a few dozen steps further up here. There's some more orange fungi down in here and a really cool looking one in there. I might be able to reach in there with a 55-200. I don't like disturbing anything, guys, when I'm in the woodland. I kind of like to leave it the way I found it, and if it's got some debris or something around it, I usually leave that there. I just don't like disturbing nature. Well, let me see if I can, that group that's in there, show you that. And like I say, I think with a 55-200, my tripod here on the pathway, I can probably reach in. There is a bit of light hitting it, so it might turn out alright. It's going to be 55-200 aperture priority and f11 or f16, maybe both, and we'll see which one's the sharpest. I'm liking colours. I think this walk through the woods is going to take quite a while. I was just shooting a piece of B-roll there where I was walking away from my last shot, and you'll see in the clip that I took a look at this dead birch stump here, just because a bunch of fungi growing out of it on 3 sides here, and I thought it would make an interesting shot. So I'm going to have to stick a 55-200 back on again and see if I can get, I'm going to try both sides. I'm going to try and get a couple from this side and a couple of the 2 on this side as well. Yeah, it's going to be f11 or f16 with a 55-200 on aperture priority. And what I've tended to do, guys, is underexpose a little bit, just so the highlights aren't reflecting off the top of the fungi, which has ruined a lot of fungi shots in the past. It's quickly turning into a fungi video or a 55-200 video. Really interesting shot. Let's see if I can make it work. I'm thinking actually portrait orientation might work pretty good. So guys, yet another fungi has caught my eye, but this one is something different. I've got no idea the names of these things, but if I can find them, I'll look them up and see if I can find them, and if I do, I'll put them on the screen. This one here, if you guys can see it, really unusual looking. It's like little yellow fingers. Flat, really cool looking piece of fungi. And when I came up here, there was just enough light hitting it to pick it out, but not too much as to make it overexposed or anything. I did still turn down the exposure compensation on a couple of shots, and I did do a few just to make sure I got a decent image. I did 55-200, aperture priority, f11 and f16. Really nice piece of fungi, really different. Never seen anything like that one before. Just got to be really careful because there's fungi all around me. Lots of little sphagnum moss and lots of little tree seedlings that are growing here, so I'm being really careful not to disturb any of the nature around here. Beautiful. I think that could be my best shot so far. But I think it's about time I took something different than a fungi picture. But if that's what's here, that's what I'm going to shoot. We'll move a bit further up, see what else we can find. So this video has turned out to be all about fungi. Every shot I've taken, with the exception of one, has been fungi of some shape or form. And I did take a picture of some bark on a tree that the bark had been stripped from. I just liked the colours. It was a really narrow tree, so in order to get it to fill the frame I had to switch to portrait orientation and do a 16:9 crop, which filled the frame. I'm not sure how it will turn out. But yeah, it's been all about fungi. Some amazing looking fungi, guys. Just when you open your eyes and you're walking through the woodland. I took maybe half a dozen or so different images of fungi, but guys, I could have took 100. They're everywhere. You just pack the camera in the bag and put the lens away or whatever, move on, and then there's more. So yeah, they're everywhere. Really difficult to get something different. I was hoping to get some foliage, but it's very windy. So foliage shots are out of the question today. Tried a couple of some ferns, but I don't think they're going to work. A lot of movement. We'll see what else I can get a bit further up here. So really the video is about using your telephoto lens or a zoom lens to get in close in the woodland, pick out details. If I don't manage to get anything else other than fungi, I'll stick up a couple of images that I've taken in here before that you probably haven't seen before. Some bark images that I've taken on a tree, and it'll just show you by using a telephoto in the woods the amount of detail you can pick out. I just love that Fujifilm 55-200 and the f16 for that type of shot. It's absolutely superb. Like I say, I'll move a bit further up. It's a really nice day, bit chilly, I don't mind that. Few showers, I don't mind that either. Just wish the wind wasn't as strong. You can hear it there. So like I said, any foliage shots or tree shots are kind of out of the question. So it's been a good practice. I've really got to use the 55-200 quite a bit, and that'll stand me in good stead going into the fall season. And as I'm walking through here, I'm picking out compositions and stuff too that I can use in the future. Another couple of weeks I'll be heading back down the Fundy shoreline into Fundy National Park for fall. The road was actually washed out there yesterday or the day before with the remains of Hurricane Ida that passed through. So to get to Fundy I'd have to go the long way around, which is probably another half hour, maybe even another hour onto the journey, but hopefully by the time fall season kicks in that road will have been repaired. Anyway, enough rambling on. Let me go a bit further up, see what else we can capture. see if there's something different from fungi. That wind has really picked up. So guys, the last piece of camera I did, I just walked away from that spot, moved about, I don't know, 50 feet, maybe a little bit more, trying to photograph some bark on a tree, and just where I had been sitting, an almighty crash. A huge tree fell in the woods, not where I was sitting, but a bit further in the woods, but still, it was quite the crash. As you can tell, the wind has really picked up. I don't mind though, really enjoying it. What I did there just now, guys, just so that it's not all about the fungi in the video, I did a couple of ICM. You may see this group of trees here just behind me here, over my shoulder here. If you look, you can see there's a lot of contrast here. You get sort of light tree trunks, dark tree trunks, some different sizes as well, and then you've got the colour of the foliage in there. So sticking with the 55 to 200, selected the shutter speed of 1/8 of a second, focused on one of the trees and then turned the focus off, and just handheld with the 55 to 200, just move the camera up like this and press the button while you're moving, and I took maybe 3 or 4 shots like that, all at 1/8 of a second. So we'll see what they turn out like. Bit of artistic stuff there. I'm going to try a few more actually. I see a nice birch up there, so I might try that. But here comes the rain again. Like I say, I don't mind that. Going to move a bit further up and see if there's anything else. But I think we're coming to the end of the shoot for sure. Maybe I'll get home in time to see Scotland playing. I think they're in a World Cup qualifier there tonight. Lost the first one to Denmark, but you never know. So guys, I'm going to end the video here. It's been fun. Did some ICM as well as some fungi and a couple of bark shots. If I don't think I've got enough for my gallery, which is coming up by the way, stay tuned for that gallery of images at the end. If I don't think I have enough images for that, I'll throw in a couple from previous visits that maybe you haven't seen before. Same type of thing though, maybe some bark, detailed shots, something like that. So stay tuned. Anyway, I think that's about it. If I do capture anything else on the way out of the park here, I'll throw them up as well, but I think we're done. So all that's left to say guys is really appreciate you watching. Please give me a big thumbs up, like, share and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Cheers for now, and I'll see you in the next one.